We have a lot of events coming up here at the Escambia County Sheriff's Office. So with me, I've got Lieutenant Simmons.
Good morning.
Yes, thank you for joining us. So we've got, first of all, we've got Milkshake with an SRO coming up.
We do. It's that time of year. School's about to start. School is Monday, the 13th of August. So the SRO unit is starting to gear up for the beginning of school. And part of that is Milkshake with a Cop, which is going to be at the Chick-fil-A on, I think it's Bayou Boulevard this year. So coming over, meet your SROs at your schools. So get a free milkshake and come talk to us. Now on top of that, or right after that, I guess, on Tuesday we have National Night Out.
Right.
National Night Out this year is going to be in the county. It's going to be off Old Quarryfield Road at Alexis Terrace. Yeah, we change around so many locations. It's a confusing
Each year
week.
It's a different place. That
exactly.
Exactly.
Like I said, we're getting ready for school, so there's a lot happening. So and those of you who don't know about National Night Out, it's a national program. We have like 16 million communities throughout the United States. It's a bridge building night for the community and for law enforcement. And everybody knows to solve crimes and prevent crimes, we need not only law enforcement, we need community involvement. So this is just a way for us to get together in a very informal environment with the neighborhood and the kids. So Target's going to be out there, and again, like I mentioned, school's starting, so Target's going to give free school supplies out that night. So we're going to have hot dogs, we're going to have refreshments, we're going to have demonstrations out there, and Pensacola Police Department's going to be out there with us, along, of course, with the Escambia County Sheriff's Office, and the SROs will be out there again. So again, a busy week for the SROs starting next week.
Absolutely. Milkshake with an SRO, though, is going to be that Monday night before. It's going to be from 4:30 to 6 p.m., but we'll be there a little later. It depends on how many people we have. So they get a free milkshake on us, and you get to sit down and meet the school resource officer that might be in the school with your child. What is the biggest benefit, do you think, reaching out to the community in this way?
Well, not only are the SROs, of course, in the schools, now this is just a real fun time for kids that are going into middle school. Most of the elementary schools don't have SROs, but if your kid is going into middle schools, they're going to wonder why law enforcement is there. Is there something wrong? Should I be afraid, or what have you? So bring your child that's going into middle school, from elementary school, coming out, let them introduce themselves to the SRO who's going to be at the elementary or the middle schools. Bellevue Middle, Jim Bailey, Ransom, Ferry Pass, Warrington, those middle school SROs will be there. So we want the kids to come meet them and understand why the SRO is there. And of course the SRO is there as a resource for not only the kids or the parents, but for the staff. Crime prevention, little talks that we can have with the kids. And of course for the safety of the faculty and the kids, while the law enforcement is on campus. But we don't want the kids to come to a school and see law enforcement present there and be afraid to come to school. We want them to interact with us, but again, parents, that we're there, ultimately for the safety and protection of the kids.
And it's good for the kids to get to know you guys for other reasons. They get to come to you and tell you things that might be going on in their lives. You can pick up on things that are going on in the schools, and it's good to be able to everybody be aware of things.
As an SRO, we're trained to build that communication between the kids, and it's not a law enforcement student relationship. It's a relationship that you want to talk to a mentor, an older person. Though we're law enforcement officers, true, but we want to build that relationship, that communication, with the child and law enforcement. That way they can come to us if there is something that they need. You'll be surprised at the kids that come to their SROs and maybe they're having trouble reading, maybe they're having trouble at home, maybe there's something that's just not right in their lives. So our guys are trained to pick up on these things and pick up the indicators that, the child may be struggling in ways that we can help. We do have SROs that do bring kids in to read with them, help them in different subjects. We have SROs that bring different donations to kids. We have SROs that pay for kids' lunches. And these are things that, of course, the students hear about, and it builds that relationship. Yeah, we're in schools, we're law enforcement officers, but we want them to understand that we're there as a resource for them as well. I'm not saying we're going to buy everybody lunch. What I am saying is, basically we're there for a mentor type program. It's a law enforcement student bond that we hope will carry on to adulthood and help us in the neighborhoods.
Absolutely. So that again is just a great way for everybody to be together and meet each other. But then also National Night Out.
Yes.
So that's going to be the Tuesday night following at Lexington Terrace. That starts at what, 4:30?
4:30 to 6 or 7. I can't remember exactly which time. Again, everything is running together. National Night Out is going on, I believe it's 35th year. It's a nationwide program. And we call it National Night Out because, a lot of bad stuff happens at night. So basically law enforcement and the communities got together and said, we're going to take back the night. We're going to take back the neighborhoods. And this is, again, a bridge between the communities, neighborhoods, and law enforcement. And again, like I said earlier, crime and crime prevention is solved through a partnership with law enforcement and the communities. So that's what we're trying to do. And on top of that, like I said, since school is starting, you know, the next Monday, Target has partnered with us and are going to give out free school supplies.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, exactly. So it's a, you want to call it a festival, you want to call it a picnic, or a block party, whatever you want to call it. It's just a way for law enforcement and the communities and neighborhoods to come together as one to say, you know, we're going to help prevent crime, we're going to help fight crime, you know, we're going to come forward if we see or hear something. And we want that relationship with the communities. You know, that's the whole concept between community policing is a community partnership with us. And not only that, since we have school starting the next Monday, we want the parents to think about, you know, safety things for their kids. Inevitably, we have a lot of traffic, we have a lot of pedestrian traffic, we have a lot of kids walking back and forth from school. So some of the things that we encourage parents to do before school starts, of course, is if your student is a bike rider or a walker to school, and there's quite a bit of those, to practice this. Practice the routine, practice the route that they're going to go, and make sure they know they do not deviate from that route. They don't stop by somebody's house, they don't go to the store. If they walk by a McDonald's, they don't go into the McDonald's, they go directly to school. And of course, they never accept rides from anybody that they do not know. So again, we want the kids to be safe. We want parents who are driving. We have 2 schools that are opening up this year that have never been open before. One of them is out in Beulah on Nama Road, just down from the Navy or the Navy Federal Call Center. It's the Beulah Middle School, and that's right there on Nama Road. So if you guys know Nama Road coming in from Alabama, you know there's a lot of traffic. Exactly. And now we're going to throw buses. We're going to bring in staff. We're going to bring in parents driving their kids to school. And on top of that, you're going to have kids crossing 9 Mile Road. So guys, I'm asking you, please be careful driving. Make sure your kids wear something bright when they're walking or riding a bike. That way they are easily seen. And again, if they practice the route, they know the best ways to go. They know how to cross traffic. They know where to cross, and they know how to ride their bike, you know, against traffic. It's important for kids to understand that because if they're riding and the traffic is coming up from behind them, it's very easy to veer off.
An accident can easily happen.
And next thing you know, you hear traffic, but you know if it's coming from behind you or if it's the car coming in front of you. So we want kids and parents to understand these things. And again, you know, you got buses, you know, watch for that big yellow bus and make sure you don't pass that bus if that stop sign's out. And watch for kids darting out from the bus. Now, this is not only morning, it's the afternoon as well.
Oh, so, exactly, They're coming home from school,
And on top of Beulah, we have Kingsfield Elementary School that's opening up. Not only do you have Ransom Middle right there, you have the new elementary school right next to it, which makes those neighborhoods and that traffic even more congested. So, you know, think ahead of the game. You know,
these are all great tips. Again, school starts on August 13th.
13th, it's a Monday, yes.
And people need to remember those lights come back on, the flashing lights for school zones.
Yes, watch out for the lights.
You could get ticketed during that. A lot of people
and some of the ones that you don't really think about because after school starts or is out for the summer, you just go right through, like Mobile Highway in front of Bellevue Middle. Palafox right there in front of Brentwood. You know, you used to the lights not coming on. Now the lights are going to come on in the morning and afternoon. And these kids just assume that you as a driver are safe and paying attention. So put the phones down, get up a few minutes early for work, understand that there's going to be a lot of traffic, a lot of buses, and a lot of kids, and just watch out for them because, you know, unfortunately these are kids and they're not paying attention. They're walking with their smartphones, you know, they got their head down and, you know, they're going to walk right out in front of you, and please just be careful and pay attention to them.
I know another good tip that you gave on News Radio the other day when we were talking about this was even though the school zone lights might turn off, it's between, you know, certain times. There could be kids that are late to school. So you still need to pay attention in those areas.
If you're near a school, you know, just be aware that, you know, somebody may be late for school. Mom and dad might have to get up early and go to work. They're going to leave, you know, the young lady, young man there, say you got to get up, and they don't get up. And now they're running an hour late for school, and they're literally running to school trying to get there. And before they know it, they're in the middle of traffic. So again, just because the light's on or off, we want you always to be aware that there's kids nearby.
Absolutely.
And again, you know, make sure they wear clothes that can be easily seen, and if they're on that bicycle, make sure they have a helmet on.
All right. Well, thank you so much. These were all great tips for school starting back. Again, don't forget about our milkshake with an SRO that's coming up. National Night Out will be the next night after that, and then right around the corner, school's starting back.
So,
so thank you for watching, and any questions you might have about any of these events, you can head on over to our Facebook page, click on the events portion, and all your questions could be answered there, or you could always email us at pio@escambiaso.com.